Hello, once again to all students enrolled in Liberation Theology. This quick posting is regarding paper submissions. You should all know by now, those of you who did do the papers for Jesus and the Disinherited, I have read them and graded them. Just some comments. This is for everyone, not just those of you who submitted your papers. Number one, all papers need to be submitted on time. Whatever the posted due date, try your best effort to make sure you submit those on time. And also, if you don't submit them on time, I do allow late submissions, as I've said in the syllabus, but I do deduct 10 points for those submissions, which leads to another comment regarding the submissions. I provide an icon to submit those papers. Do not send them via course messages. I did check those because of just some past experiences. I did see some people did that, but I there's no way for me to do a check for plagiarism if you submit them via messages. So I do provide an icon to do that. So make sure that all your papers are submitted via the icon that I post in course content. Also, in terms of the papers, and this is for those of you who did submit them, make sure you do a grammar check and make sure you check for sentence structure, spelling, fragmented sentences, complete thoughts, because in subsequent papers, I will be counting off for that kind of thing. I posted a rubric for the papers that are coming up, so make sure you adhere to that as much as possible, and you will see that I do have something provided for sentence structure, grammar, that kind of thing. Because Payne is a seminary, and it does require proficient writing. And I ask that you do your best to do proficient writing. Now, I know what happens. Sometimes it happens to me also. Life happens, and we end up waiting, for whatever reason, to the last minute to write. And as a result of that, we tend not to spell check, we tend not to proofread. We say to ourselves, thank God I got it done. Now let me submit it. Take some time to read it over. As a matter of fact, if you are bold enough and you're trustful enough, have somebody else read it before you submit it so that they can comment on it. And that will help you in your writing, and that will help you in your ministry too. So just take some time to make sure you check for that. Which leads to this other thing, citation. Now, with Jesus and the Disinherited, there was just one book, but some of you were quoting from it, and you did a very good job of citation using Chicago style / Kate Turabian. Some of you quoted, did not cite. Again, for other papers, I do count off for that. You need to make sure you give proper credit to whoever you're citing. And for those long passages that you quote from a text, make sure those are block quotes. I made a comment on a couple of those papers in terms of block quoting. Chicago's manual style, Kate Turabian, they talk about how best to do block quotes. Or if you just do a quick Google search on block quoting, there are many sites out there that tell you how to do a block quote. So just make sure that for the other papers that you're turning in, that you are aware of some of these things that I'm looking for, so that you do not get dinged for those kinds of things. But again, more importantly, do your best to turn the papers in on time. Because unless there's a real valid excuse, I'm automatically going to count off 10 points of whatever your grade may have been. Okay, so like I say, this was just a quick comment on the papers. I will be posting other lecture notes sometime this week on Black Liberation Theology. Okay, thank you very much.